Hi, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This is Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Got here with me today, Juno. Juno joining in. That's my girl. What I wanted to discuss today was handle shapes. I watched a video today by Jimislash, and he was talking about how the handle shape for the new Engage is pretty much based on the 80-10. And man, after he said that, I thought about it. I went and looked at my 80-10s, and I have to agree with that because the handles look almost identical. This one has thicker liners, not because they're steel liners. These are aluminum liners, if I remember right. And this one has steel liners. Okay, sweetie, I see you trying to get all in the video now. Okay. That's right. Nobody gets more attention than Juno. Nobody. Yeah, come down, sweetie. Come down. Okay. Let me make the video. Okay. My little girl, she's attention freak. She loves to get attention. She likes to watch these videos when I edit them on TV, on her TV screen. She sits there and watches them. I think she's totally conscious of being videotaped. All right. But yeah, I just want to compare the handle shapes, and I totally agree with you, Jimislash, and what you've been told by Cold Steel. That's what they told you that. Totally agree with that. I totally see that. But that's just one, and as you know, that one's based on this one, the Formax. This is the original American Formax. And you can see the handle shape again. Where are you going with this, Stiletto? What's your point? Here's the original Cold Steel 8015. Check out the handle shapes. Let's go back over here. Take a look at this SR1. This is the one I thought it felt like the most like when I first held the Engage in my hand. I was thinking of this one, the SR1. Here's another one I've already compared it to and said that's a lot alike. It's my Voyager. Oz 10A Voyager. Another one. My Recon 1, one of my favorite handles. From Cold Steel. The Recon 1 handle. Another one I think I already said that it was a lot alike was American Lawman. Last but not least, the Ultimate Hunter. And you know what the real similarity is? I'll tell you what the real similarity is. This is really like an Andrew Demko design. I think that's one reason why I liked it so much right off the bat without even realizing it, you know, like subconsciously liking it since I felt it in my hand. Because I've always loved Andrew Demko knives. All my favorite cold steel knives from Cold Steel have always been the Andrew Demko models. And the Phil Bogaczewski, the Tylite 6 is a Phil Bogaczewski. I always mess up his name, I'm sorry. But he's passed away now. But he made custom knives that I like the Tylites and I like the Andrew Demko knives. Those are my favorite knives from Cold Steel. Always have been. And Andrew Demko did the Espadas, he did the Rajas, he did the Code 4s, he did the AK-47s, the GoldenEye. What other ones? There's a whole bunch of them. The counterpoints. A whole bunch of them. Okay, sweetie. That's my girl. He did a whole bunch of them. You don't know what to do with yourself today, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Let me get the rag. But I think this knife has so much Andrew Demko influence in it that it's pitiful. You know what I'm saying? Because like the lock and everything, you could say it's loosely like a shark lock. Only they use it in a mid-frame design to to change so it won't be messing, I'm sure, with patents and everything else. The handle design is traditional, like a traditional Andrew Demko design. Now these knives are totally Andrew Demko designs that were never Cold Steel designs. The shark locks. And you can see a lot of similarities here. This is the 8020S model. This is the new titanium model. But you can see a lot of similarities. That's all I'm pointing out. And this is a stock model, except for skip bearings. And I absolutely love this knife. It's awesome. I love it so much. Well, I guess you can see what's going to happen next, huh? I love it so much. What do I do when I like something a lot? And it's a sign that I really do like something. It's coming from the Knife Center. Engage. Blade length 3.5 inches. Overall length 8 3/16. Steel S35VN. Weight 6.6 ounces. Blade thickness 3.8 millimeters. Handle length 4 11/16. Handle material G10. Model FL-35DPLC. Engage. 3.5 inch clip point. Why did I get two? Well, because this is my user. I always like to have one to collect. Invoice. Cold Steel Engage Atlas lock folding knife, 3.5 inch S35VN satin clip point blade, satin finish clip point blade, black G10 handles. $165.95. Knife center. All right, let's open it up and take a look at it. But this one won't be getting used, so this is gonna be a collector for me. Center it perfectly. Smooth. All the grind lines look perfect again, just like the first one. You can compare them. Oh man, I love these. These are some awesome little blades. Let's see how sharp they are. Now I can't remember which one's which. I'll be able to tell that because one's lubed and one's not. These are beautiful knives. I'm just sitting there looking at them, comparing each one of them. They look exactly the same. Exactly the same. Let's see which ones have the best edges on it. Hard for me to tell which one's mine, or I shouldn't say mine, but which one I've been. Oh, that might be way able to tell. Let me see this one. Okay, this one's the one I've been using. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. This one doesn't have any movement at all on the blade. And that's one way I was able to tell because it's never been adjusted by me. So it's still real stiff. See, even when I pull back on the lock bar, the blade's just not dropping. I have to shake it down. That's the way I was able to tell the difference. Whereas this one, it's been tuned. That's the difference. This one acts more like a ball bearing knife. This one acts like a bronze phosphor bronze knife with Teflon washer that's been tightened to the point where the blade doesn't wiggle at all. Which is what I would call over tightened. Okay, here we go. Fresh out the box. Sharp all the way to the tip. This was not fresh out the box. It's holding its edge good because I've been using it. I didn't think it was going to be that sharp. It feels actually sharper. So it's holding its edge good. That's good. Good heat treat on that S35VN. This one's been getting used. Yeah, it's been taken apart, tuning lubed and all that. I think I did strop it though. I think I did strop it. Maybe that's the reason why it feels sharper, because it's been stropped. Absolutely love them, people. I had to get one more for collection because I didn't know how long these were going to last, or if the prices were going to go up on them, or what. Because I could sort of picture the prices going up on them because it's going. I picture them being popular. I hope that GSM doesn't use that as a sign or as a reason to jack up prices. But these are excellent. These are some excellent knives. I highly recommend them. The pivots don't move on them. It's got a nice solid D pivot. Very well made, very well put together. Fit and finish is top shelf. All the grinds are perfect. Both of these knives look exactly the same. The only way I can tell them apart is because one's been tuned and lubed and one's totally stock. They are beautiful. And it's definitely got me looking at cold steel knives again. I definitely was starting to give up on them, people. You know, I got to tell you the truth. I was just starting to just like my old ones. And didn't think that they were ever going to come out with any nice new ones again. You know, something that's nice and original or whatever. Even though these aren't all that original, because it sort of looks like a continuation of what Andrew Demko would have probably made. But I shouldn't even say that though, because that's not fair to the designers of this blade. I don't know who the designers are. I don't have a catalog like they used to always send me, where they give me all the information on the knives and stuff like that. So that's where I gotta just go by what I can find on the internet. I don't know who the designer is of the new cold steels. Or it might be a group of people, I don't know. All I got to say is that that's a stock one. Let me get the one that's broken in. There you go. All I got to say is I absolutely love it. Absolutely love this one. It doesn't take any, you don't have to do any sanding or anything like that. You guys saw me do the tune and lube on it and how easy it was. I didn't even mess with this side with the clip. I just took off the screws on this side and the pivot screw and just popped off. And I just lubed it. I just cleaned up everything and lubed everything and put it back together. And then I tightened it to my liking, where the blade is just a little bit, where you can feel a little bit, if you do it really softly, feel a little bit of tink tink from side to side. Nothing up and down, just side to side. And then when you get and you adjust it to the point where it just drops like that. That's where I like it. And the blade is perfectly centered. That's the way I like it. It is very smooth. It feels like I keep bringing back the Benchmade Adamas, but the new Adamas, the one that they say might have a lock issue, the new Adamas, the ones I have, they feel just like this, and they don't use bearings either. They use phosphor bronze bushings, and this one feels perfect. But like I said, you got to have it be just a little bit loose. Don't try to tighten it up all the way where it doesn't have any type of blade side to side movement. You want to give it a little bit of blade, side to side movement. And then if you do that, it's going to operate like this one. If you lube it and everything too. Because I gotta remember, this is not a bearing knife. This is a bushing knife. Bushing knives work best when they're not super tight. And then that your bushings and everything like that is going to last longer too. But you want it to be too loose where it just drops on it too easily and it wobbles from side to side and hits the liners. You don't want it doing that either. So it's like, you gotta figure it out. That's all you gotta do. You can figure it out. I know you can. But this is a beautiful knife. And you don't have to worry about the bearings getting all full of gunk or anything. But this one does like a little bit of wrist action because you don't really have that much detent. It's just the way that the knife is designed. Doesn't really have like a detent ball, I don't think. If I remember right when I took it apart. So it likes a little bit of wrist action. It's an awesome knife though. Beautiful knife. Absolutely love it and highly recommend it. I think everybody that's a cold steel fan should own one. Because I think this is going to be a historical blade for cold steel. Because I think it's going to be popular. Especially if they make some bigger knives. This one needs to be a 4-inch blade knife. Made just like this, only just with a 4-inch, which is a longer blade and longer handle. This lock type, if you ask me, I don't think it's going to be great for smaller handles because when you have to go back here to use it, if you want to just use the lock, you lose about a third of your grip. You're only gripping like 2/3 of the knife. You lose about a third of your grip. So if you go back even smaller, it's like you'd be holding on to even less, and that wouldn't work for me. So I think this is going to be the smallest one I get. I don't even think I'm going to bother with the smaller one, unless I see it somewhere and I try it out. I'm not going to spend money on it. You can send me one cold steel, and I'll try it out for you. Let you know if it's too small for me or not. But I can't spend, because the one I would want would be the $134 one. The one that's made just like this, they have the same materials with the S35VN and the G10 handle scales. I don't want anything with FRN or whatever. Y'all can keep that. I don't want that. It costs too much money to modify it. I'd rather just buy it the way I want it from the get-go. I spent a lot of money on modifying 80-20.5s because I love this knife so much that I decided to go ahead and spend the money on modifying and making them the way I wanted them. I made a bunch of them the way I wanted them. It was a lot of fun too. I still have some more to make. But this is a great one. It would go down my books as being one of the greats. And I've been totally enjoying it. I think this is the most enjoyable cold steel knife in a long time for me. Because I've sort of ventured off into other manufacturers that are manufacturing more fidgety type knives. But I love strong locks too, though, and that's what brought me back to the Demkos, because the Demko shark lock is probably the strongest fidgeting lock. I don't know. It's between this one. It's between this one and the shark lock, the Atlas lock and the shark lock, if you ask me. Because this lock is a great fidgeting lock also because it doesn't come loose. It maintains wherever you adjust it to, it stays there. And it's a joy to operate. Once you figure it out, it's fun to use like this. It's also fun just to use like you would like a normal back lock, only instead of pushing down, you slide back. And you put your finger out here. And the way that this knife is made, the design of it is so awesome. It's an awesome design. Whoever designed this knife did an excellent job. Even if they were, copying a lot of the, I shouldn't say copying, but getting their inspiration from a lot of the previous Demko knives. Is that a good way to put it? But even if that is so, even if that's the case, they did an excellent job. I'm looking forward to more of these. I want to see what the Mayhem's going to be all about. I hope the Mayhem comes out with S35VN and G10 handle scales also like this one. Because at first they were saying this was going to have FRN handle scales. And they wanted $265 for it, $240 something. Different places wanted like over $200 something for it. And then Midway had $199, and then Knife Center had pre-orders. And they're the first ones that have the low price at $165. And that's what this one is. This one's a pre-order $165 from the Knife Center. And this one I got at GP Knives. Absolutely love them, people. This one was $164.95. This one was $165.95. And I just felt like I needed to go ahead and get the other one before, because I've waited on other things like Demko knives before in the past and missed out. Because when something might be a hot item and I really like it, I always go ahead and get two. I've got 2 of these, 6 of these. I don't even know how many of these. I don't know how many of these. 4 of these. And that's it. That's I have 2. I have 3 like this with the S35VN and American G10, and then 2 of the light ones. And I gave one away. I gave one to Lucky, so I only have 2 now. I used to have 3. This one, I have 3 of these, or is it 2 or 3? No, I have this one, the Italian one, and then I have 3 of the lights. So I have 5 of them for 4 maxes. And 2. I have this one in the hollow ground one. And this one, I have 2 green ones and 2 black ones and a light. So 5 of them. This one 2. And these all together, all the 80-20, I think it's 12. And these 2. But these are knives I really like. These are all the ones I like a lot. And even though I don't carry these, I just like them. And so I collect those too, because the 4Maxes to me is like the super duper heavy duty knife of them all. That Andrew Demko ever made for folders. So to me, it's like a historical knife. It's a collector's item for me. I know a lot of people use them and stuff like that, but it's just too heavy for me to want to carry and use. I have nothing but love for them. The 80-10 I like to carry. This is a good knife to carry. These are fun to carry too. All the rest of these knives are fun to carry. I like carrying this one too. If I want to carry a big heavy duty knife, this is the knife I always like to carry, is the SR1. Whether it be the SR1 light, like I gave to Lucky, or one of these, one of the original ones. This knife I take to work with me every day. This knife is at EDC sometimes, especially if I'm on the motorcycle. Sometimes I like to carry this one. This one's at EDC sometimes for the same reasons now, because I usually carry these 2 right here. These are the ones These are the ones I used to carry all the time, but now I really just carry the 80-20.5, this 80-20.5 to be exact, and this 80-20S to be exact. These are my two favorite 80s. This one's pretty much all the way modified with all custom parts. And this one's pretty much all stock parts with custom skiff bearings. It's just all blacked out. I just like it all blacked out. And I like it all stock because when they're all stock, that's the lightest setup that you can get of the stock setups. So it made me appreciate the Griv-Ex a little bit more. Because like when you go to titanium, it makes it weigh like, you know, maybe an ounce more, sometimes 2 ounces more, something like that. And so maybe have a little bit more respect for the Griv-Ex. But anyway, absolutely love them, people. And we got a new one. Got a new one. But see, that's how they work when they're new. I know Guns and Blades opened his up and it was operating like this. That's how they work when they're new, and you need to tune them. I'm not going to play with this one too much because this is a collector's one. But this is how they work after you tune them. Watch the tuning video. All right. Peace out. Stiletto. Hope everybody's doing great. This one's going to go out for you guys today. Today's Saturday, the 25th, I think it is. June 25th. Peace.